So that's how Cheryl Reeve welcomed Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever to Minnesota. But if we backtrack a little before the game, we'd see her giving another cold response to a reporter who asked what she thought about Clark being projected as the #1 draft pick. Caitlin ended up going first overall to the Fever, just like everyone predicted. That was obviously the big story heading into the season, but then Reeve tried to grab some attention by sharing what looked like an innocent WNBA promo post. The thing is, she threw some shade at Caitlin with this hashtag that said, #TheWiz more than one player. To add fuel to the fire, Reeve actually doubled down by rocking a Black Girls Rock shirt during the game against the Fever. Meanwhile, Clark just kept quiet through all of this and let her skills on the court speak for themselves. The Lynx defense had her pretty contained for the first 3 quarters, but then Clark and the Indiana just went absolutely off in the 4th quarter and secured a huge win. After watching Caitlin absolutely dominate on her home court like that, Reeve seemed to finally back off with the hate and actually gave Caitlin the credit she deserved during the post-game press conference. For our next story, Aaliyah Boston grabs a steal and pushes it ahead to Caitlin Clark on the break. But just as Caitlin is about to take off, Diamond DeShields comes flying in and absolutely levels her. But here's what might shock you. That was the 3rd time DeShields fouled her hard in just 38 seconds. And guess who was hyping it up on the sidelines? Angel Reese. You see, this was the final Fever versus Sky matchup of the season, and it was obvious. Reese and her squad were doing everything they could to send a message. And if you're wondering why, well, it's simple. The Rookie of the Year race was still up for grabs between Caitlin and Angel, and this game felt like the deciding factor. Whoever dominated here was walking away with that award. So, let's get to the action. The Fever were up by 5 at halftime, and Caitlin was already putting on a show with 15 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. She was shooting lights out from deep 2, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. Traded. Meanwhile, her rookie rival was struggling big time, managing just 4 points, 6 rebounds,